Bro, I swear, every time I hear that little countdown, it may be making me ready to go to sleep. Well, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Zoe. We are back with another WNBA Slate breakdown, and today I am joined by none other than my brother, my boy BK. He is here to break down this wonderful playoffs with me. So you know it's gonna be a party whenever I got him on the stream. But BK, go ahead and say what's up to the people.
Yo, what's good, everybody?
All right, if y'all have been paying attention to the playoffs, man, this right here truly has been honestly some of the best ball I've seen in a while. And that's saying something, especially if you guys watch the WNBA, you know that good games are kind of far and in between, but that Aces and Storm matchup has been just amazing. It's truly amazing. Two MVP candidates going up against each other, and they're playing like it for sure. And you got players stepping up left and right in that game. I mean, shit, Chelsea Gray, man, she's looking like honestly, if she plays like that in the finals, because honestly, I got the Aces winning everything. They're beating the Storm. They're better matched anyway. But she plays like that in the finals against Chicago, which the Sky are going to lose. I don't see how you don't give Chelsea Gray MVP. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. Like, that's finals MVP right
Yeah.
there. But all right, if you guys are new here, welcome to the No Days Off DFS channel. We are here and we do breakdowns for almost every single sport. We are definitely up in our repertoire and what we're bringing out to you, and we got some projects on the way this week. We're going to be breaking down some NFL slate later on because the NFL is back this Sunday, and with the NFL coming back, we're actually doing a giveaway here on the channel. Not only the channel but for our Patreon. If we reach 1,500 subs to the Patreon by September the 11th, we are giving away $2,000. It is a raffle for $2,000. Now, no, it's not $2,000 for one person. We got multiple prizes. Two people will win $500 each, and the rest will win, what was it, 50?
100.
100. Oh,
Yep.
so that's some pretty good money right there. If you guys want to get signed up for that,
Right.
check down the link in the description below. Check the link for the Patreon. It's only $10. It is $10, and I promise you, man, you make their money back. We're giving out more than just picks for prize picks and stuff like that. We're doing also underdog, sports battle. We're also giving out DFS cores. We're doing golf, MLB, hockey when it comes back, NBA when it comes back. We're going to also have NFL, college football, esports, you name it. We are doing it. We have it all. And for $10, our community, we're
Oh,
pretty tight knit, pretty close. I mean, and we're not going to bullshit you. We're going to tell you the truth. We'll let you know if something's looking kind of funny and whatnot. And we're not just putting out picks. We're giving out reasons why we like these picks. It's not just, oh, hey, go with just follow me. It's also to help you be able to become better betters yourself, and definitely to prosper in this game because it is a marathon. It is definitely not a sprint. We don't sit here. We're not fronting playing $500 tickets and stuff like that. You will not see us do that. We stick to our unit size. We grind just like everybody else, so way you guys can see it as well. But definitely, if you guys are enjoying that, check down the link in the description below for that. $10, you make that back within your first week. Now that we got the little housekeeping out the way, 2 games as what we've been with so far. Last 4 teams left. Chicago taking on the Sun. That'll be at 8 tomorrow. Same lineups, no injured news, nothing to worry about in that game. Same thing for the Aces and the Storm. That's going to be at 10 Eastern time. No changes. We've seen Gabby Williams and Hamby. They both came back. So nothing crazy in regards to the starting lineups or the lineups to be expected. So we really don't have to worry about that. Uh, if you guys are new here, we break down pretty much each team going player by player. Seems to be the best way to go ahead, give you guys the meat and potatoes in regards to what we're looking at. I speak more from the DFS standpoint side. I know my brother Dion, he likes to talk in regards to prize picks and prop plays and stuff like that. He does also have a lot of DFS knowledge. We've been grinding this thing out for the past 5 years. So a lot of these players we do know, we recognize, we see them. We also follow them for EuroLeague as well. So definitely know the tendencies and what they can do and what they can't. Going over to first game, it's a 161.5 total. Once again, Connecticut, they are favored again, just by 1. We saw how that played out last time. It was a pretty tight-ish game, if you could say that. But honestly, the Sky that had that in the bag kind of from the jump. Looking at it, really, man, I feel like I'm almost beating a dead horse whenever I go over these players again. But we know we're getting out of CP3. We know what she's going to do. Once again, once that block and steal prop comes back up, if it's still sitting at 2.5, she has gone over that every single matchup she has played against the Sun this season. I will be hammering that once again. She's getting those blocks. As you do know, the Sun, they play in the paint. They get a lot of their shots and stuff around the rim. So it's easy blocks for Candace. She's kind of the biggest person out there besides Jonquil Jones. So she's racking up those blocks right there, especially being a matchup on AT, who literally has to play at the basket to get a lot of her shots. And that's where a good chunk of those blocks are coming from. So definitely take the 2.5 block prop if it's on underdog. Take that over right there. Meesman, she stepped up quite a bit. Definitely like what she's been doing in this series. Of course, you do know that Connecticut, they do run a double big lineup with Jones and with both Jones, Brianna Jones and Jonquil Jones, and then still having AT and Brianna Jones or AT and Jonquil Jones. That's still a double big lineup. So Meesman, she's getting a lot of value out there in regards to her playing time, and she's not just doing it just from a scoring standpoint. She's one of those players that does it all in regards to rebounding, a couple of assists. She get a couple of blocks and steals here and there, but definitely she's in play once again to me. She's been pretty consistent and steady. I've liked what she's done, throughout this playoffs in this matchup going up against them. Nothing lower than 27, especially going over in DK. And of course, when you look at her, what she's done throughout the season going up against them, she's been pretty steady. Freddie, minus one game where she dropped 8 fantasy points, and that was a bad shooting night. I remember that game. I did play her in that game, but still, definitely a player I'd go ahead and take. And what I've noticed the past 2 slates where Meesman has actually played really well, Parker has not been the one that's been in that winning lineup. Meesman has been the one that is actually in the lineup because they're kind of giving you similar production. Yes, Parker's doing a little bit more, but at 11-5, that's where we have to pick which stud is truly going to go off between her, Aja Wilson, and Brianna Stewart. That's where you got to pick between those three right there. Who's going to really be the one to pay off? And when you have a secondary big who's kind of giving you that same production and they're priced 2K lower, it makes sense to look at that and decide whether or not if that's going to help you be able to build a more balanced lineup right there. You got anything on the bigs?
I would definitely have Mason in the lineup, but you know me, I'm just going back, going back to Candace Parker. I mean, um, I get it. Okay. Not to mention, she took a knee and an elbow from Alyssa.
Mm-hmm.
Think that she about to let anybody other than herself go off in this last game? Yeah, you got another thing coming. She led the way last year in the closeout game. 17, 7 assists, 2 blocks, 2 steals, going 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Trust me, it's a closeout game. She can set second championship. Touch on what you said in the beginning. The ace is not beating the sky. I don't get it twisted. I do think that this is not my bias speaking. This is just me at Candace Parker and what she's doing. Nobody is doing what she's doing like that, and Stewie is going off. But as far as like for the team, like you can see the hunger. It's literally going to be versus Chelsea Gray. That's going to be the storyline because want it. And you talk about 2 players that already have ships under they like. Trust me, that is going to be a better series than people think it's going to be. Like I guarantee you that it won't be a sweep. But it will be. It's going to be a hell of a series. But I'm telling you now, just like Chelsea, like Asia Wilson wanted, Candace Parker wanted just as bad. So I don't think that when it comes to the final, and like I said, when it comes to closeout games, this is like this is what she lived for. So I definitely like both of those. I would definitely some in because you know, again, this is a player that played with one Finals MVP with Atlanta Deladon. So we know what type of player that we know that she's a championship caliber player. So we know in these closeout games she's gonna. You see what I'm saying? So it's I'm telling you that series is gonna be. But yeah, as far as those bigs go, I love it. Candace Parker, no, 56 fantasy points versus the Sun in just those 3 games, while also averaging 13 41 fucking first half fantasy. One first half fantasy points, yo. Like what the fuck? Like numbers, bro. Like when you look at shit like that, even Asia not doing that right now. Not doing that right now. Like this, she's fucking locked in. You see what I'm saying? Hey, that somebody like the regular season, throw that shit out the window because we already just because we sitting here talking about how the sky is going to advance, man. It's easy, you know. It's all about the hunger. But I guarantee you, after taking that elbow knee, I'm telling you, she gonna be locked in and ready to go.
So I'm a touch back on what you said about CP3 when we get to the Aces and the Storm game when we break that down. I'm a touch back on that. Definitely from what you're saying, we're gonna have to do a preview for the matchup of the Aces versus the Sky once Tuesday finishes, just to make sure we ain't going to an extra game or nothing like that. We'll do a breakdown of that right there because definitely I think we both have some pretty good takes in regards to that. I've been calling the Aces from the start of the season, but I'm not gonna deviate onto that right now. I'm gonna finish this real quick because me and you, we know we can go back and forth on that for a minute. If you guys, I know Dion broke up a little bit in regards to what he said, but pretty much first half points for Candace Parker, smash. First half fantasy points for Candace Parker, smash. She's literally averaging, like you said, 31, 32 fantasy points going up against the Sun in the first half. Like that is just a smash spot. And they still have her at 22.5 fantasy points over on Prize Picks. That is a smash spot. She has literally been blown out of the water. And that's also a tribute to the fact of the usage rate that she has is ridiculous right now. It's a closeout game. Like her history in closeout games is phenomenal. So any doubt like that, I'm telling you right now, we'll have a type up in regards to it. But once again, but that is definitely a smash play. Totally agree, 100%. Moving down to the guards here, Vandersloot, Copper, Quigley. This right here, man. I've been saying the key to the Sky truly winning has been the play of the guards because the bigs are pretty kind of somewhat evenly matched up. Besides Candace Parker, she's a tier above them just a little bit because, of course, she's that type of caliber player. But the difference maker for them is always going to be the guards and what the guards can do. Sloot, when she's out there, she's getting that playmaking going. She's playing phenomenal. She looks good. Last game, 12 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. That's a pretty even good stat line. Good game for Sloot. Don't hate it. It's all right. That still puts her into a cash game consideration for me because she's not going to get me a zero. I know she's going to at least get me over at least 25 fantasy points, something like that. Copper, she's one of those players where it's a little bit streaky. She kind of does rely a lot on her scoring. I know she can rebound. I know she can get the peripheral stats and the box and steals, but it really just hasn't been there for her going up against the Sun, going back into the regular season, but also just throughout this playoffs. She's not averaging over 22 fantasy points at all versus them in the end of these games. And then her scoring, it's a little shaky. I know she got a little banged up in that last game. She took a shot to the chest or the ribs. I had to sit out for a little bit. But Copper, she's a GPP play, if anything, because I know she can pop off. She definitely can pop off, but not someone that I'm worried or rushing to in order to put them into my cash game lineups. And then that's going to be the same thing going on here for Quigley. They've done a really good job in regards to limiting her scoring. She's really just coming out there laying bricks. But if you know anything, if you look at it, you see that right there. She took 11 field goal attempts. She only made one. 11 field goal attempts. When you consider in that she's taking double-digit field goal attempts, and we know the kind of shooter and player that she is, all it takes is just a couple of those go in, and she's going to literally light it up. She's a three-point champion for a reason. Like back to back to back, if I'm not mistaken. Three-point champion. She's going to let them fly. And if they start hitting, she definitely is the difference between taking out a GPP, especially at 7K. The price discount that you get between Copper and her, it's astronomical. And then it's just that's the difference in what can definitely win your GPP. Coming down here to the bench for these bench players, Stevens, I'm gonna keep on beating my drum on this one. She has not done anything outside of that one game that CP3 missed, where she dropped 36 fantasy points. Outside of that, they've kind of held her in check. That I really do believe that's just due to the physical play of AT and Brianna Jones being able to push her around and really keep her off of her spots. Yes, she's kind of doing a little bit in regards to getting a couple of poke away steals because Connecticut can be a little turnover happy, but still, I'm not trusting anything for Azura Stevens. They bumped her fantasy point prop down to 18.5 from 20.5. It's a little bit on the risky side if you're going to take the under on that, but still, I'd put it into a 5 pick if I'm playing a 5 pick. If I'm playing a 5 pick and I wanted just to have something on this, I would put it in that. It is a lean. It's not like, oh, smash spot like what it was last time. I don't feel as strongly with it because with her getting these blocks and steals these last couple of games, she can easily go over that. Gardner, to me, that's the safer one off the bench in regards to her and Alleman. Alleman, she's out there really just for her playmaking, just to hold it steady until Sloot comes back in or until Quickly comes back in. And then Gardner, she's just doing a little bit of everything in regards to her rebounding and just the defense tenacity that she has out there, being able to just pester and bother everybody. She's just, it's phenomenal. It's crazy that she's, 32 years old and is considered a rookie, but because she definitely does play kind of like a vet. She's really, really great. Definitely, I would like to use her once again in cash games if I have to fill out and looking for something cheap in regards to filling out that last slot. You got anything for these other players right here?
One thing I wanted to know, the closeout game last year, and again, this is totally last year. This doesn't have anything to do. You know, I just, you know how I follow trends, and trends tend to normally. But one thing that I wanted to note on Sloot, like she did come through 19 points, I think like 4 assists. But one thing I wanted to know is 8 turnovers in that game. 8 turnovers in that game. Now I've been, especially when they dropped it down. She haven't really been turning the ball over that much. I don't think, if I'm not mistaken, check that for me. But yeah, I don't think she did hit for us last time. So if that prop is still at 1.5, I'm definitely going back to a turn. Kalia Copper for me, round prop. I still think that she can get there. She is her free throws. I think that she's going to be more aggressive than she has been. Rim a lot more this last, because again, it's a closeout game, and they're going to bring the energy to close it out here because they in Connecticut and could possibly get it ahead a series with, especially if the Aces lose. So that's just extra. I want to look at her free throw prop. She went to the line 4 or 5 closeout games. So I'm definitely looking at her free throws this next game. That's probably it for me. I'm not really on Quigley. I'll just, for me, um, it's just not there. But bench, I'm looking at Rebecca Gardner. That's one play that I was looking at as far as her. I like that prop play. And then as far as the DFS side, yeah, she's one of the plays, like you said, that I'm playing off the bench.
All right. Seems like we pretty much are kind of in agreement to a lot of the plays and stuff. Again, I mean, this is probably the third time of breaking down these players and going over it. Of course, that's what happens when you have a 5-game series. All right, going over to the other side. Once again, really nothing new in regards to the players over here. AT, we know what AT is going to do. AT is going to AT. She's going to go out there. She's going to do everything. The ball's in her hands. Her rebounding, her little bit of scoring that she can do whenever she can actually get that little push shot that she has going, or if she gets to the line and actually hit some free throws. But really, the rebounding, the assist, and the defensive playmaking is what she's out there for. A prop that I know I was on myself is going to be her rebounding prop. She's gone over that in all 3 games going up against Chicago in the playoffs. She's out there. She's definitely nabbing those rebounds. Jonko Jones, she's really boxing
9.
out Meesman. Say again.
It's an even 9. Like,
Oh,
you
it's an
can't
even
beat that.
9? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. It's sitting at 9. Yeah, that's right. They bumped it by 0.5. So that right there, she's either going to push or she's going to go over. And she's gone over every single game in the playoffs. So definitely smash spot that I believe right there for AT in the spot. We'll have a write-up on that later on going up on the site. Going down, like I said last video, Dewana Bonner has to go off and has to have a good game. If you watched that video last time, I literally said Dewana Bonner is a perfect GPP play to help take down anything today. And sure enough, she was. She went off for 45 fantasy points because no one was going to play her after the goose egg that she laid the game before. And that's exactly what happened. She had sub 10% ownership in a lot of the contests that I was in. She popped off for 45 fantasy points. She's going to have to do it again here in a closeout game. I know Bonner can step up. She is a champion herself. She knows what it takes. It's just her getting that scoring going. Once she hit that 3-point shot at the buzzer, I knew she was on because that's her patented little weird freaking corkscrew push shot that she gets at the end of buzzers. And whenever she gets those shots, typically in those games, she's gonna pop off. That's exactly what she did. Now she has to do that again here. I do believe that Copper, she's done a great job in defending her, but Bonner, she's adjusted. She sees that this is her moment. Jonquil Jones isn't stepping up and really getting those shots like that. Copper's gonna have to do it right here. Looking at what she's done going up against Chicago, she's done fairly well going up against them, minus that one game where she had 9 fantasy points. She's another GPP play here. Again, I'll say it, 7,900. It won't hurt you to come down and play her at that price. She probably still will be lower owned just because people are going to look at other plays around in the area. And then, of course, mostly people like to pay down at the guard position because most of the production does come from bigs in WNBA. But Bonner, 7,900, definitely be a great way to differentiate yourself in GPPs for tomorrow. Going down to Jonquil Jones, she's just honestly breaking my heart, man. I don't know what the hell coach is doing, but he needs to just give her the minutes. She's not getting the minutes. She is literally being capped at 24, 25 minutes. COVID was damn near a month ago. Play your best player her minutes, man. You see what she can do when she gets close to 30 minutes. She's popping off for 40 fantasy points, 23 points, 7 rebounds, 2 blocks, 3 assists. She can literally do that. She's done that already earlier this season going up against Chicago. 32 minutes, 17 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal. Give her the minutes. You're not going to win any games pulling her out there. And this is the thing. Whenever they pull Jonquil Jones, they're bringing in Bree Jones. You know who's getting those paint touches? Bree Jones. The same thing that you're doing for Brianna Jones, set that up for Jonquil Jones so she can actually get those touches and get those easy buckets. That's what you're messing up at. I understand that Brianna Jones could be a little bit more physical, but Jonquil Jones, she ain't no slouch. She will be physical with you down there. But y'all are not giving her good looks at all. You're not using her right. I wouldn't be surprised if Jones was to leave if she can next season. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised the Sun, once they get eliminated, if they blew this up. They're going to have to make some roster changes or something like that because honestly, what they got right now, it's not working at all. Um, I'll touch on real quick Jones, Heidemann, and Williams real quick to just drop it out. Brianna Jones coming off the bench. She's not going to hurt you. I always say staple for cash games. She's going to at least play about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, depending on Jonquil Jones' foul trouble. But you know for sure they're pretty much splitting those minutes. She's at least going to get 20 to 25 minutes. They love playing her, so it doesn't matter. Plus, they run the double big lineup. Heidemann, she's a GPP play. Of course, she's hit or miss. If her shot is on, just like we saw in the first half of the game yesterday, she was playing really well. It was great. But pretty much got pulled in the second half. Really didn't do nothing. She was shut down. Didn't really amount to anything. She's a young guard. She's going to learn. She just has to learn. Courtney Williams. This right here is the same boat like what I believe in for Dewana Bonner. If any game for Courtney Williams to pop off, this will be the game. She has not had a great game at all going up against the Sky. This is going to be the game that Courtney Williams is going to have to pop off. That 30 fantasy point game that she's had earlier this season, she's got to do it right now. She has to do it tomorrow in this game if they want any chance of winning. Now, last game, yes, she had 12 points, 3 rebounds, but really, it was a quiet 12 points. She's quiet. She's not really doing anything. I really don't even notice her out there on the court. She's got to step up. And if you want to take down something, Courtney Williams will definitely be a way for you to differentiate yourself in those lineups. Definitely a way to catapult yourself because I guarantee you she will be low on. No one's going to play her. Then Odyssey Sims, can't go wrong with her, but really she's not really giving me too much production off the bench. Same thing for Carrington, unless the game is blown out, which even if it blows out, I still think maybe the starters might want to go out there and stay and play because it'll be the last game of the season. Pad their stats a little bit to end the season. But Sims and Carrington, 2 plays that I'm more of a kind of fading or low owned in regards to if I make a multiple lineup, something like that. What you got for these players?
I love that call. Jonquil Jones had in the closeout last year, but like you said, she has to get her She wasn't even in foul trouble last game. She finished the game with 3 fouls. Yeah, she needs the minutes. One look at is DeWanna Bonner's assist. That's one that I think we've been sleeping on, and so I'm definitely going to be on that tomorrow. I don't really have a like you said. It's just the one player that needs to step up, Williams. So I think both of those could set you apart.
Yeah, I totally agree. But I say if Courtney Williams can pop off and have a really good game, it'll be literally a slate changing type thing, and it could definitely push it to another game. But someone else besides AT and Bonner has to step up, especially when you
I
have
do have
literally me.
one more pick.
Yeah, what is it?
As a lean play, and I really like this lean play. AT under 12.5.
You said AT under what?
Under 12.5 points.
Oh wow. Okay, 6, 7,
And you
and
know I
12
don't take
points thus
unders.
far. Yeah.
So if I'm
That's
hollering
a.
about an
Whew.
underplay, it gotta be a good one. I don't fuck unders
You
at
know what?
all, bro.
I'm gonna add that to my I'm making an all under slip. I'm making an all under GPP slip for tomorrow. I will have that posted on the Patreon, and we've already talked about one of the plays that I consider for under, and that's Azura Stevens under her fantasy points once again. But that right there, I didn't even look at that, nor was I peeping that. But I'll definitely consider that one tomorrow as well to add that to my all under slip. Definitely, definitely. All right, I think we are done with this game. We're going to move on to honestly, the game of the night. This is the game that I believe everyone should be watching. If you ain't watching it, I don't know what the heck you're watching. But the Storm taking on the Aces. Man, like we said at the top of the stream, this right here has been just basketball glory at its finest. When you're talking about like Golden State Warriors taking on the Cavs a couple years ago, this is kind of what this game is giving me vibes of because it's having you on the edge of your seat. It's not no blowout. It's literally neck and neck. Talking about ties pretty much throughout the whole game. Pretty good defense, good shot making, like legit good shot making. None of that foo-foo stuff that we've been like normally normal to and paying attention to throughout the season. This is legit players coming to play. The intensity is there. I love it. Damn, the way I just said that, I should be a spokesperson for the WNBA right there, man. But looking at it on the Storm side, once again, Stewie, MVP caliber player right here going up against Aja Wilson. They held her down a little bit in the first half of that game yesterday, but then she turned it up and she came on. She still popped off for 20 points. That's not a test to what she was doing in the first two, 24 and 32 points, but still, she's definitely been doing it on the rebounding end. She had 15 rebounds, 6 assists, and a block. I still go right back to Stewie. If they have any shot in this game, any way at all, it's going to be Stewie still doing what she's doing, scoring, doing everything. They bumped her price picks fantasy point prop up to 44.5. That's a little bit on the risky side for me. Just a little bit, but I would still take it just for the fact of I know Brianna Stewart's going to literally be out there for almost 40 minutes. Yes, she played 43 minutes last game, but that was because it was an overtime. And I kind of want to touch on another player that I think the overtime is going to affect more than Brianna Stewart. So that right there, I'm still gonna possibly have Brianna Stewart over for her fantasy points. That's just because she's been pretty consistent, not pretty, very consistent. And honestly, the Aces don't beat you with defense. They beat you because they can outrun you and outscore you. That is how they normally beat you. Going down here, Sue Bird. Bird is the one that I think is going to take the biggest hit in regards to playing 43 minutes. And that's just because she played 43 minutes. She's older. We know that they saved her, yes, for the playoffs, so she can play a heightened amount of minutes. But when I go back to when they played a couple of days ago, what was it, the 28th, and then you had that game on the 31st, kind of wasn't really that much of a break in between those games. And she kind of looked a little sluggish and slower. And she also only played 33 minutes that game. I think that definitely that overtime game really just having a day break in between the games is going to affect her in this game coming in right here. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a down game from Sue Bird here. Still, she's the GOAT. I still would play her in my cash game just because I know she's not going to give me a zero. I know she has a safe floor about 20 fantasy points. She still is going to be able to affect the game in regards to her playmaking, her just her on-court awareness and her shot calling that she can do out there. So I still have some interest in her, but she's more just a lean. I wouldn't go too heavy on her just for that. And then her props, I'm still really trying to decipher what to do in regards to her props right there. The extra minutes and stuff, that does kind of worry me a little bit with Sue. Tina Charles pretty much got benched after she missed 2 game-winning free throws. Legit got benched because she missed 2. When I say that, you like when a player had a chance to legit ice a game and just completely fucked up, and you fucked up, that was Tina Charles in a nutshell, man. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall in that locker room, because honestly, I wouldn't have said shit to her, because it would have been like, bruh, you had one job: make the damn free throws. Now, with that being said, I hope that Tina comes back and she honestly puts the team on her back. While they were holding down Stewie, Tina was popping off. She was having a very good game: 16 points, 5 rebounds, a block, and an assist. Like I said a couple games ago, Tina popped off for them 18 rebounds. Y'all went chasing that daggone rebound prop. She ain't popping off for them rebounds again. That was an outlier game. I tried to tell y'all that. But I still see people playing Tina's rebounds. That wasn't the play. Now, going here, like I said, I do believe Tina's going to have to step up. Once again, she's played the aces the most out of everybody. Since being with the Storm, she has looked fairly good. She is going to still play around that 30 minutes because, of course, they still have Easy to come off the bench. They also have Talbot, and we're seeing that small ball lineup that the aces are running. So in turn, Storm are kind of running the small ball lineup themselves. And we kind of got to see a little bit of it where they played Gabby Williams and Talbot at the same time and only played one big out there, which honestly, to me, I like it. I really think they should go back to it, especially it's just the best matchup that you have going up against the Aces. It's honestly offensive firepower all around, because Gabby can catch and shoot 3, Talbot can catch and shoot 3. Same thing with Lloyd, Stu, all of them. They're all great 3-point shooters, and that's going to really be the differentiator for the Storm if they can actually hit those threes. They're playing on their home court. They actually average more threes on their home floor. So I do expect this game to definitely come down to the wire once again. Easy, really. She's kind of just a fade for me. She's not getting enough minutes. She's really not getting that production, 5,800. She's going to have to do more for me. Yeah, she played 18 minutes and popped off. That was because she pretty much made every single shot that she made when she first came in the first half. Not too sure she's going to do that once again, going here again. And then Talbot at 5,900, I'm still going to play her. She's going to get the minutes. She's going to get the burn. She's going to be splitting that time with Gabby Williams once again, of course. But still, I like Talbot in regards to what she does on the defensive end and her scoring that she can go ahead and bring out there. What you got from me, bro?
So I haven't really had a chance to like waiting on Prize Picks to put up the props, but now I love Stewie, and my thing on is potential last home game again. They already ruined it. So, I mean, I still really like her tomorrow. As far as on the DFS side, her assists again. She's been popping off on the assists, and we know that Sue is one of those and definitely can get you there. What you said about she knows she fucked up. Would not be surprised if she come out loving her first half points yet again. It's at so I definitely can get back there. Other than that, I like the Stephanie Talbot call. I really do, because I slept on that last call that you put out there. But other than that, that's pretty much all I got. When Jewel Lloyd props tussle between her free throws and her threes last time, and the free throws won it. I'll probably be going back to her free throws as well. I definitely think she'll be super potentially closeout game versus that Aces, so I do like that.
Yeah, they definitely would need Lloyd to step up for sure in the spot. And honestly, she was the difference maker in that first game. She dropped 26 points, so she was able to help Stewie a lot. Really, when it comes down to it, to me, the Storm and the Aces, they're pretty evenly matched because they have playmakers in 1 through 5. They have a really solid team, but you just need someone besides Stewie making buckets. And the Storm didn't necessarily have the best defense throughout the season. We know that. We attacked them continuously with their bigs because that was the biggest thing. That's why they brought in Tina Charles. They got some pretty good defenders in Lloyd and Gabby on the wing, which is it's really great. But they just need people to make shots, man. They really do just need people to step up and make some shots. Hopefully it'll come to fruition. All right, going to your 2022 WNBA champions, the Las Vegas Aces. All right, I'm really not going to spend too much time breaking them down at all because honestly, to me, Chelsea Gray, Audrey Wilson, boom boom, they're just playing at a phenomenal level. Gray playoff Gray has come to play, and she is owning everything. She has come to play. When you look at it, she is honestly just dropping.
Them
She's been very
the
consistent
only
going up
two.
against the Storm. What'd you say? Oh wait, bro, you broke up. I couldn't hear you.
No, I was saying that Chelsea Gray, them the only two that you need really.
Oh yeah, true. Chelsea Gray and Audrey Wilson are really the only two that you need from this team because everyone else is just role players at this point. Biggest thing for me to note, though, of course, yes, I like Chelsea Gray's fantasy points prop once again tomorrow. She's been phenomenal. She's been great. She's doing it all. Definitely the playmaking, the blocks, the steals, the rebounds. She's definitely the stat sheet all the way around. I love that. 33.5 fantasy point prop over on Prize Picks. You can smash the over on that. Since Aja got the rust and pretty much got embarrassed in that first game, she's coming off firing back-to-back 33, 34 point games, points alone. She had a playoff career high the game prior, broke that in the next game with 34 points. Let's see if she can do it again here. I like her PRA prop and her fantasy point prop. Both those props, I love both those props once again. She's playing like the MVP caliber play that we expected, and that I definitely was expecting to see coming into here. I have no problem with either one of them. If they burn me, they burn me. But once again, the Storm do not have the greatest defense in the world. I still love both their props. They have the highest uses on this team in regards to what they're doing right now in the playoffs. And it's not just going from being a fanboy and watching what they've done, just playing. That's just straight facts. The numbers, that's exactly what the numbers are saying. Kelsey Plum, Jackie Young. Honestly, these are your GPP plays right here. The biggest thing with both of them is depending on whether or not if their three-point shot is hitting. The Storm, shockingly, they do a pretty good job of defending the three. They have done a pretty good job of doing that. Kelsey Plum, honestly, Sue Bird is who she wishes that she can be. That's who she wants to be. That's why she jacks up so many threes. Now, the biggest thing with her and the announcers, they did say this last time, when Kelsey Plum takes less than 18 shots, typically they win games. Now, granted, this game went into overtime, so yes, she jacked up 19 shots, but still, she is not hitting over 18 points versus them. Now, this is going back into the regular season 18, 16, 16. She had 23 points in this one outlier game. This is one outlier game, what you call it. Now, the playoffs, she had 20 points in that one game, 18, 16. Only reason why I bring this up is because last time on Prize Picks, her prop line was at 20.5 for her points. I took the under on that. And I stated in the video last time, take the under on that because she is not going over that and because they are scaling back in regards to her shot attempts. Now they bumped it down to like 18.5, which kind of makes it a little hesitant to wanting to play that. Or was it at 19? Oops, I'm wrong. Got her at 19.5. I still kind of want to take the under on that because out of these two games right here, these two outlier games, she shot 18, 23 times. She hasn't gone over that. And really, with the use and Aja Wilson finally stepping back up and taking all those shots, Chelsea Gray stepping up and taking all the shots, kind of want to take the under on that. This will be inside of my GPP 5-man that I'm going to play on Prize Picks. And then Jackie Young. Jackie just has not played well going up against the Storm at all. Now, granted, early in the season, she had 35 and 33 fantasy points, but in the playoffs, she's just really been out there for her defense. And then we have a defender in Gabby Williams who's on her and just pestering her all game. And then you're switching out with Talbot, two long, lanky, and physical defenders. She's not really doing too much out there. And I don't hate taking the under on her once again for her PRA or for her points. Now, I do know Jackie can pop off. That's why she will be a GPP play for me. Going down here, Raquana Williams. She's getting the minute. She's getting the burn, 5,200. Don't hate it. Actually, I like it. With them playing the small ball lineup, we know that Williams, she's going to be out there. She's going to get the burn. She's out there. She's a 3-and-D specialist, and that's exactly what she's doing. She hit a couple of timely three-pointers last game, and I could expect to see a little bit more of that the same, especially with the small ball lineup. And I think that's something that we're going to see when they play going up against the Sky in order to like maybe force Meesman off the court and maybe bring in like an Azura Stevens or something like that. They might possibly run that small ball lineup to kind of push the pace and force the Sky's hand into a small ball lineup. But we're going to say that for our Sky versus Aces breakdown. Kia Stokes and Hamby, they're going to be splitting the minutes with Hamby coming back. Hamby, she only played 4 minutes that last game. She didn't look bad. Looked like her cardio's there. She was able to run up and down the court. She looked all right. Stokes, she actually came out and played 32 minutes, kind of, but was a force on the rebound end after having a dud game out here playing 20 minutes. Didn't look too bad. Still a GPP play. I don't hate her. I'm not going to fade her or anything. She will be just lower owned in my multiple lineups that I do play. What you got for me, bro?
Okay. If people watch my Twitter last time when I did bases on Rakana Williams, and I know if she hits those threes, then so I like that. I like the call on her. Like I said, Chelsea really the only two that I'm on Asia Wilson. Chelsea Gray, I love her points. Like you said, she's just been going ham. And Asia Wilson first half PRA, I really like that, along with Chelsea Gray. As far as other players, I kind of have a slubby at 4K on FanDuel, but I'm probably just going to go back to Kia Stokes.
We go back to Stokes. Okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Definitely, I do believe that that she is definitely worth it. Definitely. All right. Pretty much that's honestly going to be the breakdown right there for the slate DFS wise, and then of course prize picks. If there's some different plays and stuff like that that you guys want to see, we'll have our write ups and stuff going up onto the site. Again, it's only $10 for our Patreon, and it is not just for the WNBA. We're posting picks for esports, golf, hockey when it comes back, MLB props, NBA when that comes back. We're gonna have we have our college football props going up. We also have our NFL props. Those will be coming later on this week. We also have two or three more shows that we're going to be adding. One of those will be a NFL DFS value show that'll be coming out with DFS Whisperer. Already got him locked in. We're going to be getting that up later on to you guys this week. And then we're going to be doing another show where we're going to be bringing on a new guest, and he's going to be going over prize picks. My boy, he's won quite a couple of bags over on prize picks in regards to NFL props, and he's going to bring that knowledge for us and bless us with some props going into the NFL season. And we're going to start it off with a bang, man. We're going to definitely start off with a bang. And speaking of bangs, if you guys would like a chance to win $500, be a part of our 2K raffle giveaway, check the link in the description below for the Patreon. Everybody that signs up, once we reach 1,500 subs, if we reach 1,500 subs by the start of the football season, which is technically going to be for us September the 11th, we're doing a $2,000 giveaway, and that's going to be two winners will win $500, and then the rest will split the other $1,000 prize that we have. So definitely, if you guys want a chance to enter and win that, check down the link in the description below for that, and definitely hit that up. That's going to be it for us, man. I hope that you guys were able to get some knowledge, get some stuff. If you guys want to talk to us, hit us up inside of Discord and check us out. But until next time, man, see you guys in the green.